Friends, how are you all? I hope everyone fine. In last class we started new chapter known as complex number. Maybe you saw in the new syllabus pattern some part of the complex number is removed. So this become a very short, very simple chapter for you now because one part of the complex number is removed. So I am not going to take that. Okay. So whatever that we will discuss it in detail. Yeah, in last class we started to learn algebra of complex numbers and already we studied addition, subtraction, right? So today we are going to learn the next algebra of complex numbers are multiplication or division. To learn division we need conjugate. Okay, yes, so first one, multiplication of two complex number. Multiplication of two numbers ಅದೇ ತರ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. So let z1 is equal to x plus I by z2 is equal to a plus ib. Then multiplication of two complex number is as follows. You will write just like two factors you are writing in a multiplication and you are going to multiply like a two factor. Okay, x into a, x into ib andre I xb, then y into iy into a andre I into ya, then this into this, so it is I square, I into I is I square, then yb. Got it? Yes. So it is xa minus yb. Where I got this minus yb? You know that I square, you know I square value, I square value is minus 1, so that I'll replace here and this plus become minus, and remaining 2, that is this and this, you take it I outside, xb plus ya. So this is the multiplication of two complex number. And remember that, okay, this is not a formula. ಇದನ್ನ ಫಾರ್ಮುಲಾ ಆಗಿ ನೆನಪಿಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ಮಲ್ಟಿಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ ಬಂದಾಗ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಬರೆಯೋದಲ್ಲ, ಡೆಫಿನೆಟ್ಲಿ ನಾಟ್ ರಿಕ್ವೈರ್ಡ್, ಬಟ್ ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ದ ಪ್ರೊಸೀಜರ್. ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ದ algorithm or the procedure to multiply two complex number. I'll show you with an example. As I told, please don't try to remember this, is not required to remember. Suppose you want to multiply 2 plus 3i and 1 minus 5i, 2 plus 3i and 1 minus 5i. This method says that first multiply this 2 into 1, then multiply this plus 3i, then multiply this, that is minus 10i, then multiply these two, that is minus 15i square. Same procedure we are following. Don't remember anything as a standard form. So 3i minus 7, 10i ಎಷ್ಟಾಗುತ್ತೆ minus 7i. So I square ಏನು minus 1, so it become plus 15. So answer is 17 minus 7i. Please remember, even after addition, subtraction, multiplication as well as division, the final answer must be in the form of real part plus I into imaginary part, a plus ib form ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ಮಲ್ಟಿಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಲ್ವಾ? ಸಿಂಪಲ್. ಎರಡು ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಇದ್ದಾಗ ನೀವು ರಿಯಲ್ ನಂಬರ್ಸ್ ಟೈಮಲ್ಲಿ ಎರಡು ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಇದ್ದಾಗ ಹೇಗೆ ಮಲ್ಟಿಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಸೇಮ್ ಪ್ರೊಸೀಜರ್. ಬಟ್ ರಿಮೆಂಬರ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ರಿಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ಇನ್ ಬಿಟ್ವೀನ್ ಐ ಸ್ಕ್ವೇರ್ ಇಸ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಟು minus 1. ಅದೊಂದು ನೆನಪಿರಲಿ, ಐ ಸ್ಕ್ವೇರ್ ಅನ್ನ minus 1 ಇಂದ ರಿಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಆಸ್ ವೆಲ್ ಆಸ್ ದ ಫೈನಲ್ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಮಸ್ಟ್ ಬಿ ಇನ್ ದ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಆಫ್ a plus ib. ಫೈನಲ್ ಆನ್ಸರ್ a plus ib ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರಬೇಕು. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ? ಸೊ ಮಲ್ಟಿಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತಲ್ವಾ? ಸೊ ಮಲ್ಟಿಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ ಆಫ್ ಟೂ ಕಾಂಪ್ಲೆಕ್ಸ್ ನಂಬರ್. Okay, so I'm moving to the next algebra of complex number. It is known as conjugate of the complex number. Conjugate word ನೀವು rationalization ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೇಳಿದಿರಲ್ವಾ? So same meaning here also we are using. Observe carefully. Conjugate of a complex number. Next editing. Let z is equal to a plus ib be a complex number. Let z is equal to a plus ib be the given complex number. Then its conjugate of z is a complex number z bar. Z bar, bar z, ಹೇಗೆ ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಓದ್ಬೋದು z bar, and z bar is equal to a minus ib. ನೆನಪಿರಲಿ, if a plus ib is the given complex number, then its conjugate is a minus ib. If a plus ib is the given complex number, then its conjugate is a minus ib. Please remember that. Okay, let me take some examples so that this complex is very clear. This concept is very clear to you. Suppose z is equal to minus 2 minus 5i. Tell me what is z bar? According to the definition, sign of imaginary part changes. Only the sign of imaginary part changes. ಅಂದ್ರೆ minus 2 plus 5i. ನೆನಪಲ್ಲಿ ಓನ್ಲಿ ದಿ ಸೈನ್ ಆಫ್ ಇಮ್ಯಾಜಿನರಿ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಚೇಂಜಸ್. ನೀವು ಎಲ್ಲಾದ್ರೂ ಸೈನ್ ಅಥವಾ ಮಲ್ಟಿಪ್ಲೈ ಮೈನಸ್ 9 ಅಂತ ನಾನು ಹೇಳಿಲ್ಲ ಡೆಫಿನೇಷನ್. ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಕೇರ್ಫುಲಿ, a ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಐ ಬಿ ಇದ್ದದ್ದು a ಮೈನಸ್ ಐ ಬಿ ಆಗಿದೆ, ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಸೈನ್ ಆಫ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ ಇಮ್ಯಾಜಿನರಿ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಚೇಂಜಸ್. ಸೊ ಪ್ಲೀಸ್ ರಿಮೆಂಬರ್ ದಟ್. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ z bar. ಸೊ ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್, ಒನ್ ಮೋರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್, z is equal to 5. What is z bar? change the sign of 5. No, here there is no imaginary part, so there is no change in the complex number. So please remember, if the given complex number does not contain imaginary part, then its conjugate is itself. One more example I will take here. Z is equal to 2i. Then what is that bar? Minus 2i. Ill imaginary part there, so you should change the sign. So ultimately, please remember that conjugate of the complex number can be obtained by changing the sign of imaginary part. So then conjugate, very important algebra of complex number. So addition aido, subtraction aido. Before that we learn equality, addition, subtraction, multiplication, as well as conjugate of a complex number. Very good. Next, this is important. Division of two complex number. Division, like multiplication, we have division also in a complex number. Observe carefully. If z1 is equal to a plus ib and z2 is equal to x plus iy be two complex numbers, then z1 by z2, you know this procedure, is equal to, observe carefully, here you have to follow one procedure. If you want to divide two complex number, multiply and divide the conjugate of denominator. If you want to divide two complex number, multiply and divide the conjugate of the denominator. Conjugate of denominator, you know, x minus I by. And don't think that it's over. Your work starts now. First step, for every division of two complex number, you have to multiply and divide the conjugate of the denominator. Please remember that. Next, multiplication. Separately numerator and denominator multiplication. So numerator a plus ib into x minus iy divided by x plus iy into x minus iy. ಇದನ್ನ ಸಿಂಪ್ಲಿಫೈ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಂತಿಲ್ಲ. ಈಗ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೇನೆ how to proceed, and you know this because just now we learn multiplication of two complex numbers, so definitely you can multiply these two, but remember the final answer must be in the form of a plus ib, real part plus I into imaginary plus part. Please remember that. Okay, ಇದನ್ನ ಸಿಂಪ್ಲಿಫೈ ಮಾಡಿ ಫೈನಲ್ ಆನ್ಸರ್ a plus ib ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರಬೇಕು. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ? ಸೊ ಇದನ್ನ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಸಿಂಪ್ಲಿಫೈ ಮಾಡೋದು ಬೇಡ, ವೇಸ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಟೈಮ್. ಐ ವಿಲ್ ಶೋ ಯು ದ ಸಿಂಪ್ಲಿಫಿಕೇಶನ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿಸ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಇನ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ಸ್. ಓಕೆ, as I told, I will take one example to explain again the division. See, for example, 1 plus I by 1 minus I. Suppose you want to divide 1 plus I by 1 minus I. According to the definition, what we should do? Multiply and divide the conjugate of the denominator. Another 1 plus I. So it is 1 plus I into 1 plus I divided by 1 minus I into 1 plus I. Correct? So numerator multiply ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಿ, already explain ಮಾಡಿ ಆಗಿದೆ. 1 plus I plus I plus I square divided by 1 minus I plus I minus I square. So this will be now 1. Okay, see what is I square value? Minus 1. Then again 1 plus 2I minus 1 divided by ಇಲ್ಲಿ cancel ಆಗುತ್ತೆ 1. I square ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? minus 1. So ಇದು ಇಲ್ಲಿ cancel ಆಯ್ತು. So 2I by 2 ಅಂದ್ರೆ 2 cancel. So what is answer? I ಏನು ಹೇಗೆ ಬರೀಬಹುದು? a plus ib form ಅಲ್ಲಿ 0 plus I. Final answer always must be in the form of a plus ib. ನೀವು ಡಿವೈಡ್ ಮಾಡಿ, ಡಿವೈಡ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? ಮಲ್ಟಿಪ್ಲೈ ಅಂಡ್ ಡಿವೈಡ್ ದ ಕಾಂಜುಗೇಟ್, ಬಟ್ ಆಫ್ಟರ್ ದಟ್ ಯು ಕಂಪಲ್ಸರಿ ಸಿಂಪ್ಲಿಫೈ ಅಂಡ್ ಗೆಟ್ ದ ಫೈನಲ್ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಆಫ್ a plus ib. Get the final answer in the form of a plus ib. I hope you understood this example. So many works are there in this concept in example or exercise. So in exercise you will get a lot of practice to get the multiplication, division, addition, subtraction, everything. Okay, don't worry. So one example is enough. Now here remember one note. It is very useful in problems. This is related to division only. If you want to find out 1 by I, the value of 1 by I, ಹೇಗೆ find out ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಿ? What is the procedure? Multiply and divide by the conjugate ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಕರೆಕ್ಟಾ? ಸೊ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಹೇಳಿ? minus I by minus I square. What is minus I square? 1. So what is the answer? minus I. So please remember that 1 by I is equal to minus I. ಇದು ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡರ್ಡ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ, ಇದನ್ನ ನೆನ್ಪಿಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಬೇಕು, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನೋಟ್ ಅಂತ ಕೊಡ್ತಿರೋದು. 1 by I is equal to minus I. I hope you will remember this, very important. So we completed equality, addition, subtraction, multiplication, conjugate, as well as division. division of two complex numbers. Now we have some properties already noted on maybe lower class, but it is there in the textbook, so I'll just give the list. Proof definitely not required. If you are interested, take some examples and verify all this, but exam point of view, definitely proofs are not required. Just listen, you know already, I'm just recalling. Yeah, next heading, properties of algebra of complex number. Algebra of complex number, addition in the division. Okay. The first property, commutative property. Maybe 10th standard ಕೇಳಿರಬಹುದು commutative property. Addition a plus b is equal to b plus a. Real number ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೇಳಿದಿರಲ್ವಾ ಅಂತ this ಅದೇ property in complex number. z1 plus z2 is also equal to z2 plus z1. Multiplication ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ z1 z2 equal to z2 z1. ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಏನು z1 z2 ಏನು ಕಾಂಪ್ಲೆಕ್ಸ್ ನಂಬರ್ ಅಷ್ಟೇ. So these two are known as commutative. Just write down, don't worry more about it because examples ಬರಲ್ಲ, proof ಅಂತೂ ಟೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಬುಕ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಮಗೆ ಬೇಕಂತಿಲ್ಲ. Associative property ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದಿರಾ, a plus b plus c is equal to a plus b plus c. ಅದೇ ತರದ್ದು z1 plus z2 plus z3 is equal to z1 plus z2 plus z3. ಅದು addition ಗೆ. Multiplication ಅದೇ z1 into z2 z3 equal to z1 z2 z3. So I hope you know associative property also. Maybe this is new, but in real number system you know about it. See, z plus 0. 0 is a complex number. 0 plus I 0. Both real part and imaginary part 0. 0 is also one complex number where real part and imaginary part will be 0. So whenever you add a 0 complex number to another complex number, you will get the resultant, that complex number itself. Adhe tara z into 1. Z into 1, 1 into z is equal to z. I hope you know this is known as identity. Additive identity ಏನು real number ಅಲ್ಲಿ 0. Multiplicative identity ಏನು real number system ಅಲ್ಲಿ 1. ಅದೇ ತರ additive identity in complex number is also 0. Multiplicative identity in complex number is also 1 only. 1 ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು 1 plus I 0. Z into 1 equal to 1 into z is equal to z. So remember that this is an identity property. Maybe you know about it ಅಲ್ವಾ. ಅದೇ ತರ inverse of this operation and the addition or subtraction. Yeah, z plus of minus z, z plus of minus z or minus z of plus z, x plus I by minus x plus I by ಏನು ಬರಬೇಕು ಹೇಳಿ 0. 0 is actually additive identity. So minus z, remember this is one mark ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, find the additive identity of a complex number. Additive inverse, not additive, sorry, additive inverse of z is minus z. I hope you know that. Reason is the first one, whenever you add z and minus z, resultant will be 0 and 0 is the additive identity. So the minus z is known as additive inverse of a complex number z. ಅದೇ ತರ z into 1 by z, z cancel ಆಗಿ 1 ಬರುತ್ತೆ, or 1 by z into z, both will give you 1 and 1 is known as multiplicative identity. So the multiplicative inverse of z is 1 by z. Therefore multiplicative inverse, remember multiplicative inverse of z is 1 by z. ಇದೆರಡು ಕಂಪಲ್ಸರಿ ನೆನಪಿಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಬೇಕು. ಒನ್ ಮಾರ್ಕ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ಒಂದು ಕಾಂಪ್ಲೆಕ್ಸ್ ನಂಬರ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರ್ತಾರೆ and question will be like this, find the additive inverse of z, find multiplicative inverse of z. Very very important, you will get problems from exercise, but remember that multiplicative inverse of z is 1 by z, additive inverse of z is minus z. Additive identity of z is 0, multiplicative identity of z is 1. ನೆನ್ಪಿಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಬೋದಲ್ವಾ? Very good. So these are the properties of algebra of complex number. ಏನೆಲ್ಲ ಐತೇಳಿ? Commutative property, associative property, identity property, inverse property. So remember these properties of algebra of complex number. So ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಲ್ವಾ? So we completed algebra of complex number. Now one more term we are going to learn, okay, then its property, then we are going to solve problems, and next term is very important. So next term that we are going to learn under the heading complex number is very important, is modulus of a complex number. New real number system ಅಲ್ಲಿ modulus function ನೋಡಿದಿರಲ್ವಾ, functions chapter ಅಲ್ಲಿ. So the modulus function even exists for complex numbers also, that we are going to learn, okay, how to get the modulus of a complex number. Okay, the modulus of a complex number z, which is equal to x plus I y, is denoted by mod of z. The symbol is same as that of the symbol which used in real number system, mod. Okay, and the mod z is equal to x root of x square plus y square, and mod z is equal to root of x square plus y square. See, for example, then okay, for example Okay, if z is equal to 1 by 2 plus I root 3 by 2, if z is equal to 1 by 2 plus I root 3 by 2, can you tell me what is a mod of z? According to the definition, if z is equal to x plus I by, then its modulus is root of x square plus y square. Therefore, if z is equal to half plus I root 3 by 2, what is the modulus? 1 by 4 plus 3 by 4. Andre 1, 4 by 4 barate, so 1. So modulus gotaitalo, if z is equal to x plus I by, then its modulus is root of x square plus y square. So ಈ example in I hope you understood how to get the modulus of the complex number. So one more very important term of the complex number is modulus of the complex number. You know, if z is equal to x plus I by, then its modulus is root of x square plus y square. ನೆನ್ಪಿಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಬೋದಲ್ವಾ? Simple, very simple chapter actually. For exam point of view, this chapter is very simple. Only you have to remember something. ಅದು ಕಷ್ಟ ಇಲ್ಲ ನೆನ್ಪಿಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಂಥದ್ದು, ನೆನಪಿರಲಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಯಾ. ಸೊ ನಾವು more important thing is the next one compared to the definition. We are going to list out some properties. Entrance exam point of view, these properties are very important. Okay, these properties are related to modulus as well as the conjugate of the given complex number. Modulus ಮತ್ತೆ conjugate ಅನ್ನ ಎರಡು ಮರ್ಜ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟಿ ಬರೀತಿದ್ದೇನೆ. ಎಲ್ಲಿಯೂ ನಾನು ಪ್ರೂಫ್ ಬರೆಯಲ್ಲ. ಮತ್ತೊಮ್ಮೆ ಪ್ರೂಫ್ is not required, okay, for you. It is not there even in a NCERT textbook, but remembering this property is very 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 important, and especially for entrance exam point of view. For JEE Main, this chapter is taking a very important role. Please remember that. For that reason, these properties are you have to remember. ನೆನ್ಪಿಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಬೇಕು ಹೇಳಿ, ನಾನು ಪ್ರೂಫ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ ಇಲ್ಲಿ. Okay, don't worry, proof is not there. The first property, mod of z1 into z2, very important property. Remember, very very important property. Mod of z1 into z2 is mod of z1 into mod of z2. Mod of z1 into z2 is equal to mod of z1 plus mod of z2. I'll just explain what is the use of this. ನಿಮಗೆ ಪ್ರೂಫ್ ಬೇಕಂತಿಲ್ಲ, ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಥವಾ ಹೇಗೆ ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಿರಬೇಕು ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ಓಕೆ, ಸಿ ಸಪೋಸ್ z1 is equal to 1 plus I and z2 is equal to 1 plus I root 3. Suppose these are the two given complex number and you want to find out mod of z1 into z2. Okay, mod of z1 into z2. Suppose ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಇದು ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟಿ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ರು ಹೇಳಿ, z1 z2 ಅನ್ನ ಮಲ್ಟಿಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡಿ a plus ib ಫಾರ್ಮಲ್ ಬರ್ದು ಆಮೇಲೆ ಡೆಫಿನೇಷನ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಲ್ವಾ. ಬಟ್ ನೋ ನೀಡ್ ಟು ಮಲ್ಟಿಪ್ಲೈ. ವಿದೌಟ್ ಡೂಯಿಂಗ್ ದ ಮಲ್ಟಿಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ ಆಫ್ ಟೂ ಕಾಂಪ್ಲೆಕ್ಸ್ ನಂಬರ್ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಫೈಂಡ್ ಔಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಯುಲಸ್ ಆಫ್ z1 into z2. ಹೇಗೆ? ಸೊ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಯುಲಸ್ ಆಫ್ 1 plus I into 1 plus I root 3. According to this property, you have to find out modulus of 1 plus I, root of 1 plus 1 into, according to this property, root of, okay, modulus of next one, that is root 2 into 2. That's it. See, easily you got. Without doing any multiplication of two complex number, you are able to find out the modulus of two complex number, modulus of product of two complex number. This is the main purpose of this property. In proof definitely, but at least or compulsory you should remember this use. yak beko ell use martane gottirbeku. Okay, perfect. Next, mod of z1 by z2. Mod of z1 by z2 is equal to mod of z1 by mod of z2. ಅದೇ ತರ ಸೇಮ್ ತರ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್. ಸಿ ಸಪೋಸ್ ಇದರದ್ದು ಮಾಡ್ಯುಲಸ್ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಫೈಂಡ್ ಔಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. mod of 1 plus I by 1 plus I root 3. Suppose if you don't know this property, then you have to divide using the actual multiply and divide the conjugate, then simplify, rearrange, convert into a plus ib form, then you can get the modulus. But without doing any division, according to this definition, this answer is 2 by this answer is root 2 by 2 alva. Yake heli? Modulus of numerator divided by modulus of denominator. Modulus of numerator divided by modulus of denominator. Modulus of numerator, you know, root 2. What is the modulus of denominator? 2. So it is 2 by 2. Root 2 by 2. That's it. See, division illa, ಏನilla, direct ಆಗಿ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಬರೀಬಹುದು. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ? ಪರ್ಪಸ್ ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತಲ್ವಾ? So remember, this is also very useful property in problem section. Mod of z1 into z2 is equal to mod of z1 into mod of z2, as well as mod of z1 by z2 is equal to mod z1 by mod z2. Both are very very important properties. I hope you will remember. Okay. Next, mod of z1 into z2. z1 into z2 whole bar, not modulus. z1 into z2 whole bar is equal to z1 bar into z2 bar. Same type, same type. If you want to find out the conjugate of product of two complex number, you no need to multiply two complex number, find out separately conjugate, then multiply. So almost work is same, but ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಡ್ಯುಲಸ್ ಬದಲು ಕಾಂಜುಗೇಟ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ? ನಾ ಮತ್ತೊಮ್ಮೆ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೈನ್ ಮಾಡಲ್ಲ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ತಗೊಂಡು. ಓಕೆ, ಪ್ಲೀಸ್ ರಿಮೆಂಬರ್ z1 into z2 whole bar is equal to z1 bar into z2 bar. ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎಂಟ್ರೆನ್ಸ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಇನ್ ನಾರ್ಮಲ್ ಎಕ್ಸರ್ಸೈಸ್ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ಸ್ಗೂ ಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ ನೆನಪಲ್ಲಿ. ಅದೇ ತರ mod of z1 plus or minus z2 whole bar, z1 plus or minus z2 whole bar is equal to z1 bar plus or minus z2 bar. Same, almost same. ಇಲ್ಲಿ product is addition subtraction. Next for division, z1 by z2 whole bar is equal to z1 bar by z2 bar. These three will tell that instead of finding multiplication, division or addition, without that also you can find out the conjugate using the right hand side concept. Just like the first two, definitely you will understand. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ? ಸೊ ನೆನಪಿರಲಿ, ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ, JEE ಮೇನ್ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಒನ್, ಅಂಡ್ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಒನ್, mod of z into z bar is equal to mod z whole square. So this property is very useful, very important. I'll just explain by taking one example. Observe carefully. Suppose z is equal to x plus iy. What is z bar? X minus iy, correct? Z is equal to x plus iy, z bar is equal to x minus iy. Then what is z into z bar according to multiplication? X plus iy into x minus iy. So ಇದೇನಾಗತ್ತೆ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ x square ಅಲ್ವಾ, ಸೊ ಇದು ಪ್ಲಸ್ y square ಕ್ಯಾನ್ಸಲ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, x minus iy, so only x square plus y square you are getting. Now this is also equal to mod z whole square alva. What is a mod z? If z is equal to x plus iy, root of x square plus y square, and root of x square plus y square whole square enagate nothing but x square plus y square. Here one more important thing is, please remember, whenever you multiply a complex number with itself with its conjugate, whenever you multiply a complex number with its conjugate, always you are getting a pure real number, and that pure real number is x square plus y square. Root barala, only x square plus y square. Okay, ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತದೆ ಹೇಳೋದು? So very important, very useful property of conjugate, modulus of the complex number. So please remember these 6 properties of conjugate and modulus of the complex number. Problem all useful ಇದೆ, entrance exam allo very useful. And remember, the complex number chapter is more important for JEE main. Okay, so we completed today algebra of complex numbers. ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಏನೆಲ್ಲ ಬಂದಿದೆ ಹೇಳಿ? Equality, addition, subtraction, multiplication, conjugate, division, modulus. Okay, and the list of properties, addition, subtraction, 4 properties ಇತ್ತು, ಮಾಡ್ಯುಲಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಕಾಂಜುಗೇಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ 6 ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟೀಸ್ ಇತ್ತು. ಈ 10 ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟೀಸ್ ಅನ್ನು ಕಂಪಲ್ಸರಿ ಬ್ಯಾಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ? ಸೊ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಎಕ್ಸರ್ಸೈಸ್, ಅಂಡ್ ದಿಸ್ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ಸ್ ಡೆಫಿನೆಟ್ಲಿ ರಿಲೇಟೆಡ್ ಟು ಆಲ್ ದಿಸ್ ಥಿಯರಿ ಪಾರ್ಟ್. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಲ್ವಾ? ಎಸ್, ವಿ ವಿಲ್ ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂ ದ ರಿಮೈನಿಂಗ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಕಾಂಪ್ಲೆಕ್ಸ್ ನಂಬರ್ ಇನ್ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್. ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು.